Exactly, you don't.
And I didn't pick my boundaries. I wasn't here when those boundaries occurred, and I have not talked to any state rep or state senator about what the boundaries could look like in 2022.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
I may not have been here in 2022.
My question, and I think, not you, and my question to you was, would you endorse changing things so that politicians do not draw the lines, so that citizens...
I'd have to look at it. The short answer is I'd have to look at it. I mean,
Will you look at it?
if I see something, you send me something.
Well,
But I got to tell you, I am not, I try and focus on things that I have an impact on.
You're next.
And I don't have an impact on that, just so you know.
well, you will. Your voice will have an impact.
All right, go ahead, we got somebody else.
Well, that's
All
me.
right.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. You can do something other than because you have fair districts on, so.
Yeah, I support fair district.
Fair
I
enough.
hope you will just listen to people talk.
I always listen.
Good. My question is right directly to the point. Twice now, you have said, oh, that's socialized medicine. Oh,
I didn't say that, I was repeating what someone else
You
said.
said it?
You seem to be the clip lady.
I would never go for that. One part, one payer.
Oh, I did say that. I did say I would not pledge to be for single payer. I
Yes.
did say that I would
And I
not.
know that's where you stand.
Right.
Question?
My question is, considering the fact that in recent polls, more than 50% of Americans are now saying,
I don't know if it's that. I think over 50% of Democrats. I think I saw a poll today that said 52% of Democrats support single payer. I don't believe 50% of the country supports single payer. I think it might be like in the low 20s.
oh,
I think it used to be like 14%.
No.
Well, look, you're welcome to send me
Okay.
information. I'm not here to tell you what the poll said. That's just what I read. I'm not here.
Let's drop that.
Okay?
And considering the fact that we stand alone as a single industrialized country in the world that doesn't provide health care to its citizens,
Yeah.
I know you're not going to support.
Medicare, Medicaid.
Yep.
I know you're not going to support health care for all. I know you're not going to.
It is.
So what
Come on, be honest.
Hey,
quiet.
May I please?
Yeah.
Can you tell me, if not, why not? Can you tell me why you would not support single payer, Medicaid for all, health care for all, whatever it is you want to call it?
Well, I think I think that it could lead to rationing of care. I don't think government-run health care is the answer. I think also, though, if you were to look at from a medical innovation perspective, our healthcare system, I mean, I don't know what how people are going to respond to this. I believe we do have the best healthcare system in the world. And if you look anymore,
I'm going to hold that one open. And Trump will finish it.
if you look at the demographic challenges that we have as a country and how, I mean, we have rural America, we have inner city America, we have certain types of problems that other countries don't have. But if you look at the innovation, which is where I was really headed from a healthcare perspective and why we have the best system in the world, best doctors in the world, the best medical schools in the world. People bring their doctors here to get trained here to then go back to other countries. So that doesn't mean we don't have challenges. That doesn't mean we don't have frustrations with it. That doesn't mean it can't be better. But I don't think, to directly answer the direct question, that bringing more government into our healthcare system is going to result in a better healthcare system.
Exactly.
I just don't believe that. All right, so let's keep going. I definitely want to get to, so just so you know, we're going to take these two more. Corey is not separating the easy questions from the hard questions. He's just trying to get some questions that don't relate to healthcare so that we hit on some other topics.
Hello, I'm Shannon Dell. One of my projects is that I support the environment. For the last 12 years, I've been volunteering at a recycling center for our township. We run...
What township are you?
Washington Township.
Oh boy, straight up Route 100.
We run the Red Barn over there. And we all
I never went to the Washington Inn, just so you know. Isn't that what that's called?
Not anymore.
Oh, it used to be.
It used to be fun.
A
Anyway,
lot of people used to get in trouble.
but as volunteers, we all work for free, and we've kept thousands of tons out of the landfill.
Yes.
However, so I'm listening to you, and I'm piggybacking on those people who have been talking about the environment. And I happen to go through the Eagle when they say how Berks area
Voted.
lawmakers voted.
Yes.
So I know you're saying you want to do the right thing,
Mhm.
but I'm seeing legislation that you voted against for laxing environmental rules regarding forest fires, the ozone,
Oh, I'd have to look.
the
What bill
ozone requirements. Pardon?
What's the bill number?
Oh,
If, the forest fire, I don't know what you're even referring to.
environmental rules on forest fires,
HR 1873. Right.
Well,
and also water projects, changing the requirements for ozone and protection, air pollution protections from 2017
To
to
20
2025.
well, just so you know, states asked for that. That just came out, and there's no way they could comply in 5 years anyway. Every state said that. So the earliest that any state would ever be able to even get back to you was, I think, like 2024 or something. But if you want, like, you have a lot of votes there, and I would need to, well, just, if you want me to go through all that.
So what
if you-
I would like is
Okay.
your commitment that you're saying you would uphold and protect our environment.
I believe that I do. I believe that's how I vote.
Deregulation of pesticide discharges. I mean, what we are hearing today about pesticides and killing bees and all.
Yeah, just so you know, there are times, no politician ever passed a law that was called something other that sounded really, 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 really good. That doesn't mean that the way, that the objective is bad, but the way you accomplish the objective might be accomplished better through alternative means, right? I think we can all agree with that. There's probably you're probably Democrat. There's probably some Republican bills out there that got passed into law that you don't like that sound really good, right? So what I'm saying to you is, if you want to sit down, I'll go over all that stuff with you. If you want to, like, I will.
I just give a commitment that you'll protect the environment, because I do not know that this administration will do that. I don't see it in the EPA. I see it in disposing of coal ash back into streams. And I worry about the setbacks we're having in our environment. So I would just like for you to make that commitment.
Okay, make that commitment.
And I want to see it in the paper.
Well, you can call my office. We'll sit down and talk.
Thank you.
Sir?
Afternoon.
Bloomberg Township.
Rod Miller, Muhlenberg Township. First of all, the question, one-word answer, save time.
Depends. I'm just kidding.
Donald
Go
Trump
ahead.
succeeds in bringing offshore industry back to the United States. There's no doubt in my mind, it's not going to come to Pennsylvania. It's got to go to the right-to-work states, 28 of them. Would you commit to supporting a national right-to-work law?
Good one. You have to allow a state to make that decision. If you look at the 10th Amendment, you have to allow a state to make a decision whether they want to be right to work or not. Collective bargaining is constitutionally protected. And so if Pennsylvania doesn't want to pass that, then you are going to lose manufacturing sites to North Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, right on down the line. I don't think that means that I do believe that if we, and we haven't even talked about this yet, which is probably the single most significant thing that we have potential to do in the next 4 months, on tax reform, particularly getting rid of the double taxation. If you make money, and I'm coming back to your question, if you are a multinational company and you make a profit overseas, you cannot bring that money back here and build a new plant until you get taxed again on that. If you get rid of that double taxation, those foreign earnings will come back here and you will build plants over here. What's happening now is they're just building overseas and creating more jobs overseas because they don't want to get hit with taxes again. If you simplify and streamline our tax code, we will be very competitive relative to the rest of the industrialized world. The other thing we need are trade agreements that require other countries to comply with the same labor and environmental standards that we have. And states that are right to work are probably going to end up with a more competitive path. And look, states have the ability to do this. They can offer tax incentives to bring employers there. They're probably going to have a better chance of landing those new facilities than anyone else. But I don't think the Constitution allows there to be a federal right to work law. I don't believe that that's even permitted.
Well, with all due respect, we have a difference of what the Constitution allows or doesn't allow, so I'll leave it go at that. The
Okay?
other thing is, you have a pension system, you're vested after 5 years, you have a matching fund where taxpayers put in 8% matching funds, you also have COLA.
I don't have COLA, do I?
That's, I think you're talking, Mr. Miller, you're talking.
Just so you know, I did not run for Congress because of the money.
According
I didn't even say that'd be funny, like, that's not.
Congress has not had a pay raise.
Yeah, we don't have, I know that, listen, I promise you, if I had a COLA, I'd see some Facebook meme about how I raised my salary, which I didn't, I promise you.
That's the state, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, that's the state. But there is a pension that does vest after 5 years. Is
You
that
do
right,
get-
Dante? Where's Dante?
5-year plan.
Is that
I was
right?
trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think you're right about, I think it vests after 5 years. So if y'all vote me out, next year I won't have a pension, you don't have to worry about it.
Well, you get your matching 8% also.
If that's what it is.
Long past.
I don't know if that's what it is. Do you know what my is it vest after 5 years? Pension? I think it's 5. Go ahead, you want to get to the question, you probably want something.
Yeah, what's the question?
PPA required 5.
The real question is, my concern is, again, going back to healthcare, you have a system whereby you're 78% subsidized with your premium, and you have no deductible. And
I don't know, that's something. I have to know. I'm positive about that.
That's the state.
I do not
That's
have the generous
state
healthcare package
legislature.
that you think that I have. I do not